From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
It's not a good time of year to fall into the Big Hole River. I'll tell you about some people training to rescue you if you do.
And the man killed in a Highway 191 crash last week made big sacrifices to be in Montana. Just ahead, hear the brother-in-law of the man who was from Honduras talk about how the hopes and dreams of his friend were lost with his tragic death.
I'm Joe St. George at the White House. The battle to become the next president intensifying, with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis making it official that he is running. We break down the big moments you can expect this year and next when it comes to presidential politics. That's next.
All right, we are nearing 6:30 on this Thursday edition of Montana This Morning. Jay McDonald, Chet Lehman with you. Matt gone for the day.
Correct.
How are you doing, Chet?
I'm doing well, thank you. There's moisture to talk about. The good news is it doesn't really change over the next couple of days.
No.
It is Memorial Day weekend, state softball, state tennis, state track, and everybody's going to be in sweats and looking for shelter from time to time.
Get the coats.
It's just going to be the way that's how we do things here. Outside right now, though, the good news is it's not super cold. In fact, it's rather pleasant. Temperatures in the 40s for the most part, 50s elsewhere. It will get a little warmer today. And it will get a little wetter today, too. Details of that forecast, plus a look ahead to your weekend, coming up in just a couple minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Chet. Now, a countless number of people come to this country every year in search of the American dream. And MTN's Edgar Cedillo has the story of one man who traveled thousands of miles to get here, but his journey was cut short after a fatal crash on Highway 191.
Last week, 29-year-old Ronnie Soto was tragically killed here at the mouth of the Gallatin Canyon. I had the opportunity to talk to his brother-in-law about what his life was like.
Esa es la mujer que era de él y el otro pequeñito. Pues, ¿qué le digo?
He was always a joyful guy. He inspired everyone to have joy from work or when we would go out.
Cuando salimos.
Elmer Suazo is Ronnie Soto's brother-in-law. Both moved here to Montana from neighboring towns in Honduras. Going to need him a lot, just as much as his family and his wife and kids. When they arrived to Montana, they worked in Big Sky, fulfilling their American dream. We always used to talk about what the trip was like to get to the American dream. Suazo describes his brother-in-law as a family man. His motivation was always his family, thousands of miles away. He always used to tell me what he was working on back in Honduras. I'm fixing up my house, he used to tell me. While he was here, he always used to think about his family even more than I did. The hardest thing for Suazo to cope with is knowing all the sacrifices Soto made without fully achieving his dreams. Unfortunately, he never finished the work he started, but he helped them. But one thing he will always remember about his brother-in-law is his selflessness. For me, he was always an example to follow here and back home. The family did start a GoFundMe in order to help return his body back to Honduras, where his family can say goodbye. In Gallatin County, Edgar Cedillo, MTN News.
Thank you very much, Edgar. Now, a Belgrade man is facing felony charges after a vehicle crash south of Livingston left one man dead and seriously injured another. According to court documents, 26-year-old Jonah Spencer Stans was driving a truck that slammed into a van on October 6th of last year on Highway 89 at the Gray Owl fishing site over near Immigrant. The driver of the van was killed and the passenger was paralyzed. A toxicology report shows that Stans was not under the influence of drugs or alcohol. He told police he did not see the stopped van until right before the crash. Stans is charged with negligent homicide and careless driving involving serious bodily injury or death. And a makeover on Kagi Boulevard is progressing behind the scenes, and tonight a public meeting is being held to get some feedback from the community. The project is to reconstruct Kagi Boulevard from South 19th Avenue to Wilson Avenue, and it's still in the early stages of planning. According to the Director of Transportation and Engineering, Nick Ross, the proposed improvements are for safety and much needed maintenance. And the Republican field for president is a bit larger today. That's because Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who is seen as the top challenger to former President Donald Trump for the Republican nomination, announced his campaign last night. That's the second major presidential announcement this week, with even more expected soon. Our Joe St. George gets us caught up on the state of the 2024 campaign and the latest controversies and where things are going to go from here.
It's been a busy week for the battle to live here at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
I'm running for president to lead our great American comeback.
Florida's Republican Governor Ron DeSantis announcing in a Twitter video his presidential campaign Wednesday night, although his announcement did include around 20 minutes worth of Twitter technical difficulties.
I choose freedom and hope.
South Carolina Republican Senator Tim Scott didn't initially promise a big Twitter rollout, but on Monday, he did get in the race. Both candidates join a growing field of Republicans challenging former President Trump for the nomination. For the moment, Mr. Trump is enjoying a comfortable lead over Florida's governor. On the Democratic side, President Biden is only facing long shot challenges from activists including Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Marianne Williamson. So where does the campaign go from here? Well, traditionally, once the candidates get in the race, focus shifts to debates, and there's already controversy when it comes to those events. That's because it's unclear if former President Trump will actually show up at the first debate in Milwaukee, scheduled for August. Scripps News Milwaukee's Charles Benson has covered Wisconsin politics for decades. He gets us caught up on why this matters.
But we do know it will be our first chance to look at this growing GOP field of candidates side by side as they all make their case on why they want to be back here in Milwaukee in July of next year to accept their party's nomination.
Democrats, well, they have debate drama too, mainly because it looks like President Biden won't be participating. That has frustrated his challengers, who are hoping debate moments could catapult their campaigns. John Cossack with Scripps News Cleveland caught up with Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s campaign manager, Dennis Kucinich, a former presidential candidate himself.
Does he have a path forward when you have an incumbent who does not even want to debate?
You know, that's really going to be up to the American people.
Of course, the biggest political events of the summer may be happening in Iowa. Conservative fundraisers like the Roast and Ride will take place next weekend. The Iowa State Fair is in August. One looming question is, how big will this presidential field actually get? Former Vice President Mike Pence may be the next likely candidate to join the race. He sat down with Scripps News' political director Andrew Rafferty this week.
I do believe that different times call for different leadership. Republican primary voters are going to choose wisely. We're going to choose the right standard bearer.
As far as President Biden, his campaign continues to stress he is well positioned to win again. However, his polling suggests he may be vulnerable. A recent average of polls found 41.7% of the country approving of the job President Biden is doing. 53% disapprove. Joe St. George, Scripps News, Washington.
Now, switching gears a little bit, you have a first aid kit for your body, but what about an emergency kit for your brain? Well, it's called a panic pack, and for some people, it can help stop an anxiety attack. So what's in a panic pack and how does it work? That's our featured story right now.
A panic attack can make you feel overwhelmed and out of control.
Sometimes panic can come from the brain, but other times panic comes from the body.
We met with naturopathic Dr. Nicole Kane in Phoenix, who showed us how to put together something called a panic pack, which can help prevent anxiety attacks. We'll look at 3 kinds. But first, what is its purpose?
A panic pack contains things that help the biology of panic.
When we get anxious, the amygdala, the panicky part of our brain, gets turned up.
And the problem with this part of the brain is that we can't logically access it. We have to access it through the body.
She says different sensations can help calm your fight or flight response.
Smell and sight and temperature and touch and texture.
So the first pack is for a child. Nicole's using a fanny pack for this one.
If you can use cold around the eyes on the face, that evokes a response in the nervous system that makes it calm.
She says temperature is an effective tool.
These are emergency cold packs, and you just break them and it gets really cold, and you just place it over your eyes, on your face.
Warmth can also soothe some kids.
We have the hand warmers in there. Same thing, you kind of shake them up and they get warm for you.
Another tool, fidgets.
What fidgets are going to do is they're providing stimuli to the brain. So you have the rough textures, the rolly textures, the movement.
So that's texture and touch. Now, breath.
When we're feeling anxious, the first thing that you can do is extend your exhale.
Bubbles or a straw both help with this.
So you're gonna inhale.
She says to inhale slowly, hold for a few seconds, exhale slowly, and then hold again. Next up, a panic pack for adults. Adults can also carry the items that were in the child's panic pack, but Nicole adds a pill container in case you have anxiety meds.
I love Kava Kava for panic attacks. Have you ever used this before?
No,
It relaxes the body without shutting your brain off, so you don't feel slow, you can feel alert.
You just add it to water. She also suggests essential oils for kids and adults.
So you can take the lavender and put a little bit on your finger and apply it in the bowl of each ear.
Nicole says it produces GABA, a chemical messenger that calms your brain. Finally, a travel panic pack.
So one thing you should put in your panic pack when you're traveling are headphones.
Great music. Yes,
Great
something
music
to calm you.
Search for Alpha Wave Music on your favorite streaming service.
Alpha Wave Music puts your brain into an alpha state. And so an alpha state is calm, chill.
She also suggests items for taste, like lozenges and honey sticks.
So the last thing that we have here is sage. That's another thing that we can smell and we can touch.
God, your hacks are gonna be game changer for my life.
Panic packs are at the top of the list.
And it's all about safety this time of year, especially on the river. And MTN's John Amy shows us the river rescue team in training.
The Big Hole River is a place where people come to have a good time, but it can also be a place where tragedy can happen, especially this time of year when the river is fast and unpredictable. That's why the Butte Silver Bow Fire Department is out here doing river rescue training.
The river is a dangerous place. In order to enjoy river recreating, we have to learn river safety and river rescue.
A group of Butte firefighters are going through a 3-day training course put on by Whitewater Rescue Institute out of Missoula to learn rescue techniques in fast water.
Just want to make sure with as many people that are using the river, especially in the last couple of years, that we are set up to, help keep the people safe if they get themselves in a bad spot.
The trainers are impressed with the firefighters' progress.
We've spent the last, so far, day and a half in this cold water, and these guys are cold but willing to do anything.
People looking to float the Big Hole this time of year should be experienced and cautious before going in.
There's been times where people look at the river from the road and they think, oh, no problem, and they severely underestimate the power.
Al LaFour lives in Divide near the Big Hole Dam, and he says he personally has to rescue 3 to 4 people a year whose watercraft flips over in the rough water near the dam.
Right now the river's running 5,000 CFS, and unless you're really good in the oars through the canyon and down here, just stay away from it.
In Divide, John Amy, MTN News.
Thank you very much, John. Now, John Amy also reports that in 2018, Montana FWP recorded 10 waterway deaths in the state. And earlier this year, the body of a Dillon man was found in the Big Hole River after he drowned while riverboarding in the Big Hole. Now we're going to take a short break here on Montana This Morning.